Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Focus Vandalia. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city. And on today's program, we're going to find out why there's so much excitement here in Vandalia about Bike Month. We're also going to check in with our Division of Fire, get a first look at a new medic unit that just hit the streets in the last couple of weeks. But our first stop today is here at the intersection of West Hafer and Foley, where, as you can see behind me, crews are wrapping up a major water main replacement project. One of the first major road projects of the spring brings us out to West Hafer Road on Vandalia's East End, where crews are replacing a water main. Public Service Director Rob Cron was on hand as those last few connections were made.
Well, the crews out here are just wrapping up the West Hafer water main replacement project. The project has went really well. They're making the final connections today to abandon the old main that we left in place, and everybody has been tied into the new main. The new services have been ran to all the new houses, so they're just about wrapping this up.
Despite the scope and the range of the project, Cron says the contractors wasted very little time getting this one done.
The contractor moved in on this project and everything went really well. They really knocked this project out here in just a few weeks, so we're really happy with the progress they've made.
The last step in the project will take place over the next couple of weeks, as paving contractors will be in to finish the job.
We're expecting here in the next week or so, the pavers are going to come in. They're going to mill off the entire surface of the street. They'll patch the trenches, and then there'll be a brand new surface put down on the entire street.
We should note this is not the only water main replacement project on the books for this year, as residents on Greenhurst Drive are next in line.
We're going to do some work over on Greenhurst Drive and on Helke Road, similar to this project here, where they're going to replace the water main and put new services to the residents.
There's also a major project scheduled for a neighborhood just outside the National Road Business Corridor.
Later on this year, we're going to have a project where we're going to do a total street reconstruction on Grossbeck Street here in town. So that'll be a complete new curbs, new street base, new water main, new sewer main, everything involved with the street's going to be replaced.
And one last note on the roads, 16 streets are scheduled to be resurfaced over the summer months.
You'll probably see gearing up here sometime in about the middle of May, our concrete repair work that takes place before our street resurfacing for the year. Those projects take place over the course of the summer, and the paving should be completed about the time school gets back in next year.
We won't have to wait that long to see some growth on Vandalia's economic development front. Assistant City Manager Greg Shackelford says the White Castle food processing plant in Stone Quarry Crossings is growing and is in the process of adding a second production line.
I know they had committed 100 jobs originally, and they've been there for a while. So I would assume it's probably going to be at least another 25 full-time employees. So it's exciting stuff, and their business continues to grow and boom. And I know at one point when I talked to their management team, they said that they couldn't advertise because they were getting so many new opportunities, not only in some of the grocery stores that you see these frozen packets, but in the convenience stores as well.
Just down the road from White Castle, work continues on the future home of Superior Abrasives, a Harrison Township company that will be moving to Vandalia in the very near future.
Perhaps May, late May, sometime in June. I know ideally they wanted to be in and around the time that the air show was going to be, which I believe is around the 20th, June 21st. They, I think, are going to have a small period of shutdown from the transition from Harrison Township with their equipment. And I think the summer months will probably end up being better than any other time to do that.
When move-in day arrives, Vandalia will see 85 new jobs right out of the chute, which is close to the number of new jobs that could wind up here if a moraine company on the move chooses Vandalia.
It's a company called Cables to Go. They were purchased by a French company called Legrand a few years ago, and they're trying to make a decision logistically if they want to stay. They're currently in the city of Moraine right now. They're in a building that's not very efficient for them. That would probably roughly cost them $500,000 more to renovate and improve. Then there's a building in Vandalia that they're looking at. It was formerly owned by PaySource, and it's owned by Stratacash now on Poe Avenue. There's two buildings. They would end up being in the south building there, what it would mean to us would be 125 of what they estimate jobs that would be retained for the region. Pretty significant pay, average pay roughly $50,000+ on an annual basis. So it would be a great, save for the region and a nice win for Vandalia.
And there are a couple of companies considering a move to the Northwoods Business Park.
One of the prospects would be roughly 40 acres of what they're looking at over there, and another one would be about 10 to 14 acres. Things at Northwoods have really picked up in the last 6 months or a year. I know that they really came down on their price per acre, which is great, for us.
One last economic development note, things are happening behind the scenes that could lead to the sale of the former Morton Middle School site on National Road, as negotiations are underway.
It's real exciting. I think it's right in line with what council would like to have, and hopefully we'll come out of that with an opportunity to pass some legislation and get that property sold.
And while we're talking about purchases, the Vandalia Division of Fire is hoping its most recent buy is one that will be around for many years to come. The division purchased a new medic unit that's dramatically different from the other medic units in the fleet.
What makes this medic different than the ones in the past is obviously it's a bigger chassis, heavier duty chassis, more designed for what we currently do. The other medics were very good for in the past, but we found that some of the maintenance issues and some other things are reoccurring and causing us more problems. So in order to get a vehicle that can handle what we do on a day-to-day basis, we decided to go to a bigger chassis that's more designed for that. It has heavier brakes, bigger transmission, more like a work truck. So it was more designed for that purpose.
Captain Chad Garver says that while those driving the new vehicle will notice a difference, folks riding in the back won't see much of a change.
Everybody says when they look at it, oh, it's bigger, it's bigger. Well, it's just a bigger truck. The back of the medic is not really any bigger than the other ones, but it just gives that appearance that it is bigger because of the chassis itself.
The bottom line is that the new vehicle is expected to last much longer than the previous van chassis models, a lot longer.
We put a lot of miles on them. It's probably about 3,000 or so, 4,000, within a 2-month time frame. So the one that we are getting rid of or got rid of was in the 130,000 mile range. So we're hoping to see how long we can keep these. There are some neighboring departments that have medics this style that have over 200,000 miles on them.
Most folks won't put those kind of miles on their bicycles, but Vandalia's Bicycle Committee chairman is hoping we all start to add some two-wheeled pedal power mileage to our daily routines. With May being Bicycle Month here in Vandalia, Chuck Smith is working hard to spread the word that riding your bike is every bit as fun as you remember. He says if you're looking to start pedaling again, you should consider your attire.
That is so that motorists notice me out there. I have a bright yellow jacket, as you see here, bright yellow gloves. Gloves are very important. If you should happen to go down, they're padded, so you put out your hand, you're still in good shape. Also, for gripping those handlebars, with the vibration of the handlebars, it's good to have good gloves.
Smith says safety is a big factor when it comes to riding a bicycle, but the safety equipment can only take you so far. That's why he's pushing for a pair of bills currently winding their way through the State House.
Yeah, I'm chair of the Ohio Bicycle Federation, and we have 2 bills, one in the House, one in the Senate. They're identical bills, and they would both require that Ohio motorists pass cyclists leaving at least 3 feet of clearance.
Smith is also pushing businesses and public entities to consider installing more bicycle parking.
Bicycle parking is the #1 reason that people give for not riding their bike places. And we want people to bike commute, and so we have the nice bike parking here at City Hall. We also have it at the Justice Center and also the Rec Center. So you can actually lock your frame to that bike parking inverted U, and it works out very well.
One last note on bicycles. If you'd like your child to get up to speed on the latest bicycle safety do's and don'ts, you'll want to take them to the National Night Out event coming up Tuesday, April the 2nd at the Vandalia Sports Complex.
National Night Out, August the 2nd, over at the Rec Center. From 6 to 8, we're inviting kids to come for a bike rodeo, and everyone who participates in the bike rodeo will get a free helmet.
From free helmets to free programming. That's what's happening at the Vandalia Senior Citizen Center these days, where coordinator Tony Williams likes to keep things poppin'.
This is a big month. May is Older Americans Month, and we like to celebrate that. You know, have a party for any reason. So May 17th, which is a Tuesday from 1 to 3, we're inviting all of our members and all the senior strength members from the Vandalia Rec Center to come to the Vandalia Rec Center. We're having a Senior Day Carnival with wild and wacky games, along with lots of prizes. I've been going around collecting donations, and those names will be listed down at the bottom there, along with some snacks and some good times. So we're hoping everybody comes out, and if nothing else, sit around and talk to your friends while you watch all the crazy things going on.
Williams says she's also bringing back her very popular speaker series for the summer months with plenty of new and interesting speakers.
My summer speaker series is back for May, June, July, and August because Sinclair's on vacation. So I have 16 speakers that'll be coming over those 4 months, and 8 of them have never been here before.
There's also a special 6-week seminar set to begin later this month on an issue that's impacting the senior community more and more every year.
The Area Agency on Aging at all the senior centers around, they are doing a chronic pain management workshop that lasts for 6 weeks. Ours is on Thursdays from May 19th through June 23rd from 10 to 12:30. And it is in a room that is with a door that's closed, so it can be private. It's not just for people that are in pain, but also caregivers of people that are in pain. And if you come to this, you end up with a book and a CD and a chance to win a $25 Visa gift card. The deadline to sign up is May 12th. If you're 60 or over, it's free. If you're younger than 60, then there's $20 pay at the first session.
And here's a did you know? Among the many clubs that get together through the Senior Center is the Crafty Bloomers. They enjoy creating floral arrangements that can be purchased for very reasonable prices.
We're getting close to Memorial Day and 4th of July. And a lot of people, for those things, they remember their loved ones that are in the cemeteries, and a lot of them like to, at that time, put a saddle across the top of the gravestone or put an in-ground floral display. Well, our Crafty Bloomers make a lot of those. And you can even have one the way you want it, with the colors that you want. Just call Cynthia at 580-1074. The Crafty Bloomers make arrangements all year long, and you can call and ask for a wreath or a basket or a floral display. Very inexpensive.
And one last note from the Senior Center, a local organization stepping up to help patrons at the center honor Old Glory.
Yeah, we've had a broken eagle on top of our flagpole for a long time, and my boss, Jeff Crowell, suggested I contact the VFW to see if they could help us out with that. They were glad to replace it until they found out a replacement doesn't exist anywhere. So they decided to replace everything, the eagle, the flagpole, the stand, and the flag. And so Monday, to my surprise, he came walking in with everything. So I'm gathering signatures to thank them because it was very generous of them.
Our last stop today is at the Vandalia Recreation Center, where programming is in full swing for the spring and summer months. Recreation Supervisor Alicia McCracken says she's been getting a good deal of interest from folks wanting to learn to play tennis.
Tennis lessons will be held at Helke Park this summer. We have a tennis pro from Dayton Center Courts who will be the instructor. The lessons run for 2 weeks. They meet 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday, and the cost is $49 per participant.
Tennis is a great sport that can be played by folks of all ages.
Tennis is great exercise, lots of agility, stuff going on the court, and Dayton Center Courts is offering lessons from 4 years old all the way up to adults. So wide range of people that we're trying to hit here in the community to participate.
McCracken says with classes starting in the next month or so, you'll want to sign up for those lessons soon. And even though some other sports won't begin until the fall, it's worth your while to consider registering now.
Good old flag football is right around the corner, one of our most popular programs here in Vandalia. Registration is going on now. You can register at the Rec Center front desk or absolutely online at VandaliaRecCenter.com. It's a minimal fee to pay, $40 for residents, $50 for non-residents. We'll start our season in September. All participants receive a reversible NFL jersey, which are really fun and the kids enjoy. So get in here and get signed up today.
The other very popular fall sport that's recently opened registration is the fall soccer season.
Registration is underway for soccer leagues for 3 years up to 17. Get registered today and receive $10 off if you register online. Get in here and get it all settled before it gets time to be soccer and you're frantically trying to register. So yeah, Rec Center front desk or online, whichever you prefer, but absolutely registration going on now.
From kicking a ball to kicking out some tunes, Vandalia's Parks and Recreation staff is looking for folks with talent to participate in the annual Vandalia's Got Talent competition. Recreation Supervisor Brittany Oliver says they're looking for a wide range of talents.
Vandalia's Got Talent's our 4th year. It's open for kids 7 and older. If you can sing, dance, juggle, group acts, dancing, come out. You can download the form online and turn it into the front desk.
Registration for the competition is due in early May as there are preliminary stages to get through, so you'll need to register quickly. Now, if you are one of the finalists, you'll get to showcase your talents to a very large audience.
So July 3rd, you'll perform there, and then also you'll go to an even bigger stage and perform on July 27th at the Phrase Pavilion in Kettering for their Miami Valley Recreation Council competition.
And one last note about the Recreation Center. When temperatures get warmer and school's no longer in session, the staff change the hours of operation at the center to better reflect the needs of the patrons. Facility Manager Elaine Kaler.
The Rec Center goes to its summer hours, which is Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. on June 1st, and they last through September 30th.
Now, if you or any member of your family is interested in the tennis lessons or the soccer registration or even the flag football registration, this is a great place to start your journey. Check in at the registration desk and they'll take care of you. That's going to do it for this edition of Focus Vandalia. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.